back. Let's do these Stephanie Link moves that I just told you we had. You sold Diamondback, right? That's the one where you got big gains in, right?
Yes, I was buying it at in 2021, and I'm up about 145% in the name. Still a great company, still a pretty cheap stock, and they've done all the right things in terms of the shareholder returns that I was looking for, buybacks, special dividends, and that sort of thing.
So I think we're having an issue with your audio at the very top. Well, now I hear it again. I don't know if our viewers hear it or not. We're trying to figure this out.
Is it me?
I don't even know what it is.
Okay.
At any respect, I was just afraid that people didn't hear what you said initially. You bought it in 21?
Yeah.
Okay. And you have big gains in it?
Yes.
Forgive me if all of you heard that from the start. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page.
Sure.
Go ahead.
No problem. I mean, look, and Diamondback is a great company with a great management team, and they set out to provide shareholder returns and buybacks and dividends, and also grow production and lower costs and just get better in terms of efficiency and execution. They did all that. But I'm up 145%, and I have a name that hasn't worked, which has been very disappointing, and that's SLB. I just have a hard time figuring out why it is down 20% when they have delivered for the last 8 quarters, 2 years in a row. They've beaten, they have raised, they're going to grow EBITDA in the mid-20s, margins in the mid-20s. They have a digital franchise, they have a software franchise, which I think is a multiple enhancing situation that's not getting appreciated. And so the stock is trading, Scott, at 12 times earnings. And I feel good about those earnings because they've been able to deliver it. And if you believe in the Trump administration in terms of more production, then you're going to need more oil field services. So I'm banking on this one having a mean reversion trade in 2025.
Okay. I was going to ask you, when a name that has not performed like you thought perplexes you because you can't find the reason why, maybe it's cheap like that for a reason. Like, maybe there's something going on. I'm surprised. If you would have told me that you sold it, that you threw your arms in the air and like, you know what, I can't figure out why this is down. It shouldn't be down like it is. It's cheap. It's for teens. Valuation, the multiple is attractive. I'm out, but now you're buying more. Well,
I think that as I go through the fundamentals, if there was something that was glaring to me, if there's something that I didn't understand, if there was misexecution, if they overpromised, underdelivered, if they didn't beat 8 quarters in a row, like all of these things just don't add up. But it also speaks to energy as a whole. I mean, very few of us have made a lot of money in energy stocks this year. Diamondback was one of them, to be honest with you. Exxon was another one. There are only a few of them. So I think this is an out-of-favor sector, a way out-of-favor company, and it's #1 in the industry.
Well, I think that's the funny thing, right? At the sector level, you're right. It's out of favor relative to the rest of the market.
So like the 3rd worst performer of the year as a group.
Right, but within it, it's kind of bananas. So anything like old school or major, Schlumberger, Exxon, Chevron, they kind of did nothing or were down. But then you've got the midstream guys, right? Kinder, Williams, ONEOK, right? Targa's off the charts.
These are the ones you own?
Yeah. And they've been off the charts. And it doesn't really, to me, make sense either. I don't think that a Williams or a Kinder, and this goes a little bit to like, just get me to January 1st so I can realize some gains and trim these positions. But why would they be up 60 and 75% on the year? That doesn't make sense to me any more than Schlumberger doing nothing makes sense. There's something in the industry that went kind of distorted this year without very good rationale.
Within the energy sector, though, the MLPs are clearly where the strongest momentum resides itself. In addition to that,
but why, Joe?
Well, the reasoning behind it.
It's because there's not a great fundamental reason.
Okay, so I'll agree with you on that, but I'm just acknowledging, look, I don't have any energy ownership. I have EQT, which I sold recently, and I think that's the right move. ONEOK, you're right, has been really good. When I look at energy, the only name where I see really building momentum is a name like Baker Hughes. That looks good. You have ExxonMobil that looks good, and the MLP. So you're limited, from my perspective, in that opportunity scope.